pretty much half the world has, but I never told them I had a problem or anything, and I don't have a history of it.
Okay, thanks for telling me that. I've made a note.
And then also, uh, I never. Never mind. Yeah, oh, you're good.
We're good?
Yeah, I forgot what else. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Mr. Vasquez, I'm going to go in a little bit different order than I normally would because it may simplify things. Of course, it may not. There is a statement in the report that says you're unwilling to
That's not true.
parole. Is that true?
Oh wait, that I'm unwilling to parole. Yeah, I want termination if that's possible.
It wouldn't be possible.
It won't.
So the question is, and that's why I want to talk to you rather than just go off what's written down. Your expiration date is June 11th of next year. So were you saying that rather than parole, you'd rather just stay till June and be done with it?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm asking for a termination because I'm trying to leave the state. I'm trying to just do my time here and leave the state. I'm not trying to stay in Utah. I'm moving back to Arizona, so you'll never see me in this state again. I promise you that. But I was asking for termination, if that's possible.
It wouldn't be possible. So if it's not possible, would you rather parole or rather just stay until June 11th of next year?
Stay till June 11th of next year.
Okay. If the board were to say, Mr. Vasquez, we are giving you a parole date of such and such, and you need to do this, this, and this, would your response be, thanks for offering, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to stay here?
I'm just trying to leave the state. Like I said, I'm not trying to stay in this state because from my experience and from everybody that I talk to, going to a halfway house or whatever is just a setup. Like, you mean, like, I'm just trying to do my time and go leave the state. Like, but I rather you not parole me. I rather you, if I have to wait till June 11, I'll wait till June 11.
It certainly appears that the relationship between you and the state of Utah is not a good one.
No,
And it would be best if, in your own words, it would be best if you and the state of Utah and its citizens no longer associated together. Is that what you're saying?
no, I'm just saying that I'm just trying to go back to Arizona. I'm just trying to, I'm not, uh,
You want to get out of here.
I want to get out of here. Just want to leave the state.
And if the board says we're going to parole you, but of course, when you're paroled, you have to stay here, you're going to say, thanks
If
for
you guys-
offering, but no thanks.
Well, if you guys parole me, I really don't have an option, do I? I have to parole. So
You don't have to. You could refuse to sign the agreement and stay here till June.
I'm just trying to terminate or expire whatever you guys want to give me, but I'm trying to terminate.
Okay. So if we were to say, do you want parole? You would say, no, thanks, man. Okay. Any chance that you would get into sex offender treatment,
In Arizona, I will.
but not here?
Well, I can't because I have an SL4 because I was a gang member, so I have an SL4 where the only option I have is right there in Antelope. I can't go to any other section or building.
And you're with the Serenos organization still?
I used to be
When did that association end?
back in like 2015, 2014.
2014? Do people still believe that you're active gang member?
Um,
Okay.
and then that my escape charges, I escaped from correctional facility. Yeah, but I did my time for that too. So he said that I was unwilling to do parole, but like I said, I told him I just want to expire and terminate and get out of Utah. Like,
It sounds like you do agree that you're unwilling to do parole. That
oh
you
yeah,
agree.
that part, yeah.
Okay.
I'm-
He said that you were malingering. Do you know what that means? The evaluator thought you were faking psychiatric symptoms.
But I have a history of it, so how is he saying I'm faking it when I had a history since 1995? So are you telling me that all those doctors don't know what they were talking about, but he does?
Well, I'm asking for your
Well,
opinion.
I'm asking you, like, that's what he said. I don't agree with what he said right there either, so.
And that's why I'm asking is to get to give you the chance to respond.
Yeah. I just,
Because I didn't do the evaluation, right?
it was a 30-minute evaluation too. Like, usually when he does evaluation, it takes 3 to 4 hours because I've seen people go and get evaluated, and with me, it only took 30 minutes.
Okay.
Like
I appreciate you giving me your perspective. That is helpful. So
Yeah.
thank you. See, the reason I'm asking the questions is it's important to give you the opportunity to address the reports to be fair. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Now, is your understanding that your housing won't change, that it will remain as it is for the rest of your time?
What do you mean?
So you can't do programming because of where you're housed, right? Is that going to be the same for the rest of your time in prison, or do you think you'd get moved?
No, because I had to take my SO4 off in order for me to get moved. And I'm not gonna risk getting stabbed because I got stabbed and my hand went through my hand. I got stabbed like on my head. I mean, I got stabbed a couple times, so I'm not trying to go back there and that happen all over again. So,
Okay.
and in order for me to do this program, so I have to take that off.
Now, one thing you're probably aware of, there could be new charges filed for an aggravated assault from February. Those are still being reviewed, and I can't predict the future. Neither can you, I imagine. So neither one of us knows whether charges will get filed for that or not. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else you'd like the board to know before we conclude?
No, there's no way I could get a termination.
No,
No,
none.
it's good then. I'm good.
The choices would be parole or expiration, and it seems like you've been pretty clear that expiration.
Yeah, I'll expire. It's only 10 months away.
Now, again, there could be a wrench in there if you get charged with a new ag assault, convicted of that, and then you may have to continue your relationship with the Utah State Prison, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
As you know, you don't receive a decision today. 3 members of the board must agree, and that may take several weeks or perhaps a month. Understood?
Sure.
All right, we'll conclude the hearing at this time. Thanks for talking to me.
Okay, I think it pretty much goes without saying that he was denied. They do give the reason or Sir Richard has the reason here pasted for me on the spreadsheet, and it simply says you have indicated that you will refuse parole. Now, my takeaway from this is that he is afraid to take parole. It's not that he doesn't want to, we have seen some people that just want to EOS because they don't want to deal with the, probation and deal with the parole officer and deal with the chance of getting it rescinded and the headache, and they just want to go straight and not have any problems. That wasn't my takeaway with this guy. My takeaway is that he's afraid. And the added data points I have for that is we have seen other parole hearings where those come up and say, I can't get paroled. You guys are part of my requirements is to go to these programs or this drug house and they're waiting for me. They're waiting for me, and my life is at risk. And that was my takeaway from here. I mean, he's in protective custody for a reason. He says that he's not involved in the gang anymore. He was only recently just shanked, and it's a crazy world out in Utah. And it's interesting because we cover 5-6 different states, including some states that have really tough reputations, like Angola out of Louisiana. But from what Angola sends us to the parole hearings, it is nothing compared to this. Angola feels and seems safe. Now, it could be Louisiana is much more strict. In Louisiana, you can't even have a write-up and get a parole hearing. They just changed it. You have to go write-up free for 2 years. So you're not getting people in PC. You're not getting people who are literally have pending felonies. So we're not seeing that side of Angola, but the side that we do see, it's two different universes, and it seems it's very clear from what we see in these parole hearings that Utah has lost complete control of their prison system. It is a dangerous, dangerous place. It is not a place where you go to get rehabilitated. It is a place where you go to fight for your life. That's just what we're seeing. Now, there are exceptions. We do see people that are not in these gang affiliations, that aren't inked up, that seem to find ways to get through, but they're in different custody status or they're in protective custody. It's not really clear to me, but once you're messing around or once you have, I guess, a mark on your back, you're, I guess, living in these prison with one eye open. And now what's he's in for is that he, so what he's 34 years old. And he is, it is for a sex offense. Now it's not the typical type of sex offenses that we see. It's unlawful sexual conduct with a 16 or 17-year-old. And it happened in, when was the felony date? Sir Richard provides all the information. It happened in 2020. So he would have been 30 and she would have been 16 or 17. So, yeah. But he, and we don't know, we just don't have any of the details. But that is what he's in for. I can imagine no matter what you're in for, when it shows up as a sex offense in your jacket, you're going to be in trouble. That's a guess, but maybe there are experts that actually know that maybe like they'll look at it and say, oh, that's not so bad. She's 17. We're not going to view you that way. Or if they just don't care. I don't know how they feel about it. But I do tell you, in order to get a felony for that type of crime, there's, maybe Utah's different than other states, but in other states, they don't go hard on you unless there's something more. There's and then they do some type of plea deal, So now his sentence will expire in June 11, 2025, and he wants to get out of the country and good riddance. And that's only assuming that he doesn't pick up a new felony while in there. So that's what they're investigating. And oh, right. I did want to point out the idea that and thank you, Sir Richard, for calling this out, because Sir Richard does not miss anything. He does have in his jacket the OWI. So let me just double check that I got that right. It's because I'm going through the spreadsheets here, but he has in his jacket, here it is, on 8/3/2015, driving under the influence of alcohol or narcotics. He had a bond of $1,740, also no valid license and unsafe lane travel. So that's what they mean by history of substance abuse. You can't just go and say, I have no history of it when you have that on your record, because it's in your jacket. Anyways, if you like these hearings, make sure to subscribe. There's a playlist below where you can follow Utah hearings, Connecticut, Iowa, Illinois, Vermont, and the list continues to grow. And Louisiana on my second channel, links in the description. Help the channel reach 100,000 subscribers. And with that, I'll let you go.
No, because I had to take my SO4 off in order for me to get moved. And I'm not going to risk getting stabbed, because I got stabbed and my hand went through my hand. I got stabbed like in my head. I mean, I got stabbed a couple of times, so I'm not trying to go back there and that happen all over again. So,
Okay.
and in order for me to do this program, so I had to take that off.